Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. It's Sunday, not Sunday, it's Monday. It's Labor Day. Today's Labor Day. Not much news going out right now. It's Labor Day, obviously, the markets are closed. But we do have some FUD on Cardano. We have Charles Hoskinson also replying to some of that FUD in a video. We'll get into that as well. We have Bitcoin breaking the resistance right now, so we'll get into that as well. So why don't we look at the charts really quick here first, then we'll get into the Cardano FUD and help explain some of it to you guys. Okay. So here's the story on Cardano, but let's get into the charts really quick. So Bitcoin right now is at 51,381. Over the weekend, yesterday, it finally broke the resistance, where the resistance line we had was around 49,900 roughly. We were just bouncing off of that and coming back down, and we were, support was at around 46,900 roughly, right around there. So we broke past it right now. Yesterday we hit a high of around 51,789. Today we even hit a high of, what did we hit today? 52,219, and we're down a little bit. We're down 0.75% down from the high. So we are at 51,402 right now. So my thinking is that we're going to probably keep going up higher here. We got really nothing here between 51,000 and 60,000 as far as any kind of stoppage. That shouldn't hold us back, at least. So in the short term, this is very bullish in my opinion. I think we can definitely go up higher from there. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum also on the daily chart is now at 3,903. We have this resistance line here. If we look at it, right around the $3,950 mark, there's a resistance here. If we can break it, I think we'll be good. We've obviously broken the resistance here, the previous resistance, which was at right around $3,300, and we've broken past that in the last week, and now we're just knocking on the 3,950 mark. If we get past this, I think we'll be in good shape. We'll obviously go up higher, possibly to new all-time highs. Cardano, obviously with all the FUD that's going out there, we'll talk about it a little bit, has been trading in this resistance line of around $2.95. It just keeps on bouncing off of it. We passed it once, but we got denied, came back down, and now we're below it again. And we're just testing it to see where it's going to go. We obviously see a possible triangle forming here if we look this way, and the resistance line here. So within the next couple of days, we should be able to break past it, I think. The Cardano Testnet is going to go live here in the next week, I believe. I believe they're saying September 12th is when it's going to go live. So we're going to cover the FUD, obviously, with that. And let's take a look at Litecoin here. Litecoin is down 4%. It hit a high yesterday of $232. It has obviously broken past its resistance line of 188. And it has bounced off of the 20-day, and obviously it's been bouncing off of the 200-day moving average as well. So that's a good sign. It's bullish for me. I think we're obviously heading in the right direction with pretty much all the cryptos right now. Doge is starting to bounce a little bit. It's at 30 cents right now. It was at a high of almost 32 cents. It has been bouncing off of the 20-day and the 50-day moving average as well, which is good to see. RSI is down nice and low. We got plenty of room to run. XML, Stellar bounced really nicely today as well. It was up to almost 42 cents, 41.93. It is at 40 cents right now. It has obviously been bouncing off of it's been bouncing off of all of these lines. The 20-day, 50-day, and the 200-day. They're all kind of mingled in here together. But it's been bouncing off of it, which is good to see. Obviously past the previous high, which was 40 cents here about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It passed it. Now it just has to continue that run up. And if we look at the price action here we were at, was it 30, almost 40 cents. RSI was way up. RSI was at 78, and we're back here at around the same price. And RSI is down to 64, giving me the belief that this is going to go up higher based on this, that it's not overbought right now. Obviously the RSI has gone down, so that's a good sign, and the price has gone up, which is another great sign. So that's bullish to me. Solana is at 141 right now. It continues to go up higher, but right now it's kind of hit that resistance mark of around 146, and it's bouncing below it right now, trying to get past it. RSI is still kind of high for me. It's 82. so we'll have to keep an eye on that one as well. And then mining stocks, obviously, the markets are closed today, so there's not much going on with that. Okay, so let's get into the market cap here. Market cap has finally increased above $2.4 trillion within the last 24 hours. So it's up 2.3% in the last 24 hours, which is a pretty huge gain. It was at 2.3 trillion the day before. Bitcoin, obviously, number one is at 964 billion, so it's getting close to the 1 trillion mark again. Ethereum is number two at 457 billion, and Cardano is at 91 billion. So there's a huge gap between Cardano and Ethereum, where Cardano could obviously catch up to Ethereum eventually. Binance Coin, don't really have any interest in that one. Tether, same way. XRP, some of you are into XRP, it's up 17%. Solana is up 50% for the week. And Dogecoin is at 8.7. So Dogecoin and Solana are really close to each other, about 800, not even that, what is that? 8 billion between them. I don't know what I'm saying, 800 million between the pricing on both of those. All right, so let's get into the FUD on Cardano. So do errors in the first public testnet DEP host Alonzo hard fork mean death to Cardano? So you're seeing a lot of FUD out there, and I think it's unwarranted. Charles Hoskins talks about it. So let's get into the article here. Amid much community fervor, Cardano's Alonzo testnet hard fork finally took place last week. The primary anticipation was behind the inclusion of Plutus smart contracts into the network, which would allow it to vastly expand its functionalities. The community's enthusiasm was clearly reflected in the bull run that Cardano's native token ADA has been on, as it set new all-time highs all month. After taking it for a spin, however, users claimed, so this is, take it with a grain of salt, that Alonzo was not all that it was propped up to be. Ever since the first DEP multi-pool DEX mini swap went live on the Cardano public testnet, many have complained about facing errors while trying to swap tokens and provide liquidity. The concurrency-related errors were addressed by the mini swap on Twitter as well. So mini swap stated the following: you may, I hate when that happens. You may be seeing an error message that says UTXOs are being used this block a lot. That's the concurrency issue. We're working on that. So they're working on that. While Cardano is no stranger to online trolling and criticism, mini swaps difficulties with handling multiple users became the most common cited excuse for its haters. Many have claimed that Cardano's decision to use the unspent transaction output accounting model EUTXO was the reason behind the failure. Further, the future DEX looking to build on the network will face similar liquidity issues. So Binball on Twitter wrote, I hate to be dramatic, but public testnet UX at Miniswap DEX has been horrible. The UTXO model is simply unusable in DeFi systems due to the concurrency issue. Could someone please provide some clarification as to how and when this will be resolved? Concurrency issues often result in the prevention of multiple users from interacting with the protocol at the same time. This is likely due to the absence of a Cardano virtual machine, akin to what Ethereum deploys, as it allows smart contract operation to run concurrently. Others have claimed that since Miniswap was only able to handle one transaction per block, it was unusable. Ethereum supporters Anthony Sassano highlighted these issues in a Twitter thread recently. The first DApp went live on Cardano today, and ADA fanboys are finally discovering that you can't peer review your way out of fundamental issues. So there's a whole thread on, looks like Reddit, about it. However, many supporters have hit back. At the harsh criticism, including Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, who called these comments noise and FUD. In a recent video addressing these issues, he said, "The problem with our industry has is it basically says, well, if you don't support my thing or I can't see a way to make my thing work, what you have constructed is absolutely useless, forever useless, and it's just a toy." And then they use vanity metrics, not even understanding what they are saying. So that was Hoskins' reply to that. Moreover, decentralized Cardano-based exchange SundaeSwap Labs dispelled some common misconceptions about the issues in a recent blog post. According to the DEX, it was possible to carry out hundreds of transactions per block, and that centralization was one of the ways to solve the issue. It also added that this hurdle did not spell out death for Cardano, stating, so To the people claiming this is the death of Cardano, unlikely to point to one rocky experiment in the earliest of early days of an ecosystem and hold it up as the fatal omen of Cardano's downfall is premature naivete at best, and intellectually dishonesty at worst. Yeah, I mean, if you're obviously gonna have some issues when something goes live for the first time. People are getting used to the programming language and everything else. Moreover, the Cardano dev team input-output KHK also published a Twitter thread clarifying many of the users' concerns and misinformation. Firstly, the company noted that the EUTXO model was chosen because it offers great security, allows for free fee predictability, and offers more powerful parallelization. IOHK also suggested how users could still build dApps on the network and extend block limits, which is by designing your services or applications with multiple UTXOs, you can enforce more parallelism. A blog post will be published by the company later this week to explain these functionalities in detail. So, as you can see, there's a lot of FUD. Obviously, the testnet is out there. It's going to go live within a couple of days to a week. But I think you're going to have some issues, obviously. But I think there's a lot of FUD in the community and a lot of people that are haters of Cardano, and they're supporting other projects, and they're just providing this kind of FUD to kind of put in fear and doubt into people's mind as far as the possibilities of Cardano's network. I think Cardano obviously is going to address any of these issues, fix them, provide answers on how people can fix these issues. So I don't think that's a big problem. And let's take a look at Charles Hoskinson's quick response here. The video is a couple minutes long. Well, it's almost an hour long, but we're only going to look at the first couple minutes. I think it's very telling of where Hoskins' thoughts are on this. So let's take a look here.
I just figured I'd make a video and talk a little bit around some of the things that are coming and a little bit around some of the way we thought about how to build a good system. Now, the testnet's out. People are actually playing around with it, and people are building all kinds of things. And as a consequence, some of the things that are being built in a very alpha way, to say the least. And so people are coming up with questions about access control. They're coming up with questions about concurrency. They're coming up with questions about throughput and capabilities of the system. The problem is that it's like somebody just takes their first computer science class and they learn about bubble sort, and they say, God, why is my computer so slow? Well, because you're using bubble sort. It turns out that there's new, better algorithms that can be implemented, new, better methodologies and techniques that can be implemented. And what we've been trying to do as an ecosystem is balance speed of delivery to market with time for the development of tooling, pedagogy, and community-driven applications. So if we had all the time in the world, what would happen is you would have a very long testnet period, about a year. And you'd have lots of people come, tons of challenge problems, and there'd be this grand evolution in education of the underlying infrastructure. Now, we're in a competitive environment. There's tons of other protocols. A lot of people are moving very quickly. It doesn't make sense to do a long burn-in.
So here he's talking about Solana, obviously. Solana's kind of right now rocketing right now, right? And they're doing the same thing, DeFi, and they're doing smart contracts. So there's a competition there from Solana to Cardano.
Shorten that, if you believe there are no safety concerns, and what you can do is create something on the mainnet where it's clear that there's a certain class of problems that are very easy to solve, and you now add lots of value to the system. And there's a set of other problems that the community is going to struggle with for a bit, probably about 3 to 6 months, and you let them struggle with those problems until those are resolved. So the purpose of this video is and it's going to be a little bit of a whiteboard video, is to kind of talk around where we started and where we're going and why Cardano was built the way it was built, and hopefully give you guys some more clarity on some things.
So there you have it. That's the very brief intro by Charles Hoskins on this. I think it's worth watching if you have the time. It's about an hour long. It goes into very technical details on why they chose the path that they chose. I think it's a good path that they have chosen. Obviously, not a lot of people agree with. Well, not a lot. Some people don't agree with it. So I think there's why you have the FUD. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Obviously, I'm happy to see Bitcoin above 51,000 as long as it can maintain it right now. It's obviously broken above its resistance. So that's bullish. Then obviously this FUD with Cardano, I think it will pass. Obviously anything that's new is going to have growing pains. I think we're going to get past it as well. And I think the Charles Hoskinson team at Cardano is going to do a great job explaining it to everybody. So obviously, if you're fearful, Cardano has been obviously up over 1,000% this year. There's no shame in taking some profits if you are fearful right now. But I think we're going to see new all-time highs for Cardano here in the coming months. So that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think as far as Bitcoin price. Where do you see it by the end of the week? And then what do you think about this Cardano FUD going on right now? Let me know down in the comments below. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend, or Labor Day now, it's Monday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, I have a video coming out looking at the hodl of all the mining stocks that I'm covering right now to see how much Ethereum and Bitcoin's coins that are hodling right now, what the value is of that right now. So that'll be coming out later on today as well. So that's it. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then.